Hi, I'm Dr. Amanda from Veterinary Center of Parker, and today I want to talk to you about first-year kitten milestones. So, kittens are dependent on their mom for about the first 4 weeks of their life. They're born with their eyes closed, their ears down, they can't move very well. So usually within that first 1 to 2 weeks, they're going to start opening their eyes, their ears are going to slowly come up, and they'll start exploring their world more. By 4 weeks of age, they're starting to wean off of their mom. So typically, when you get a kitten, it's going to be around 8 weeks of age because that gives them the time to fully wean off, to become more independent from their mom, and kind of be okay being out on their own, away from their litter mates, all that good stuff. The main kitten socialization period is 3 to 9 weeks, so often we're getting them at that tail end of that socialization period. So when you get your new kitten, often that fear versus independence personality will kind of be apparent at that age. Now, not to say that they can't become more independent or they can't become more fearful depending on what they experience, but often what you see at that 8 to 9 week age is going to be kind of how they are for their life. At this time, around this 6 to 8 weeks, they already know how to use a litter box. It can be really helpful to give them kind of a shallow, uncovered litter box, just because it can be scary to go into a dark place. It's easier for them to get into that shallow litter box. Remember, they're only about 2 pounds at this age. So kind of jumping up into those top entry litter boxes is going to be almost impossible for them. And then you're setting them up to pee or poop in the house, and then you get frustrated, they get frustrated. So really try and set them up for the best experience possible. And then as they get older, they get bigger, you can introduce them to whatever kind of litter box you want, whether that's top entry or closed or one of those awesome robot litter boxes. Just give them time to get up there. They're gonna come with some immunity from their mom. They get that from while they're in utero, and then from her milk as well. This immunity is going to decrease from 6 to 16 weeks or so. So this is why we have a series of kitten vaccines starting at 8 weeks. And the goal is to protect them as early as possible. However, as they're losing that immunity from their mom, we don't know exactly when. It's going to wane over that time period, but we don't know exactly when. So some of those vaccines we booster a couple of times because we want to make sure that they're getting that full benefit. If they still have high immunity from their mom, the vaccine's not going to have much effect as it's supposed to. So typically they're coming in every 4 weeks until they're 16 weeks for those vaccines. They're going to start losing their kitten teeth around 3 months old. Usually by 5 or 6 months, they'll have all of their teeth in. So that play biting may get worse before it gets better. But continue to teach them what they need to know. Make sure you're redirecting them to an appropriate toy instead of your hand or your fingers. Do your best to not play with them with their fingers. I know it's really hard, it's really cute, but that can confuse them on thinking that your fingers are an appropriate toy. They're going to reach sexual maturity around 6 to 7 months old, so we typically recommend spaying and neutering around 5 to 6 months. And then they're going to start reaching their full height at 7 to 9 months, but they'll keep growing and filling out until they're about a year. Some larger cats will take a little bit longer than that. But that's kind of the big main things for kittens and their first year of life. Thank you.